Started. So again, in a comfortable position.
For that day.
You will what?
I will remember that as I go through a few stressful moments today.
Oh, sounds like a big day. There's always those appropriate times though and inappropriate times, but I think we all know that. So as you're sitting comfortably, do whatever you need to with your lower body just to help keep your spine nice and tall. Allow your eyes to close when you're ready. Tune your attention to your breath. And I want you to start to count how long it takes you to inhale, just whatever count you want to use. And then as you exhale, try to count at least one more count, keeping your rhythm even. And notice how you can do this without tensing up or holding on to anything. At least one more count, maybe two, with your exhalation. Training our bodies for longer exhalations in this relaxed position can carry over into stressful situations just to help keep us calm. Do this 2 more times. Next time you inhale, I want you to hold the air in for a count of 3 before you exhale. Just a little breath work to start with this morning to really work control with our breathing, which again will carry over into more stressful situations. It also enhances our concentration. Nice, good control. We'll do this 2 more times. At the end of this last exhale, you can go ahead and slowly open up your eyes. And just wiggle your fingers, taking even a little bit deeper breath. And we'll come off of our, or out of our seated position, off of your pillows if you used your pillow. And transition into child's pose. As you come into this position, relax your forearms to the mat so everything's relaxed versus focusing on stretching and reaching forward. Knees wide enough to give your belly space. Enjoying that rounded back position for 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, just lift your forehead off the mat enough that you can now walk those fingers forward, coming onto your fingertips. And then look at your fingertips, inhaling On your exhale, just drop your forehead back to or toward the mat. Inhale, lift your head, look at those fingers. Maybe inch them forward a little bit more. Exhale, lower your head. Do this 2 more times, lifting just enough to see those fingertips. Exhaling down. Your last one. And then walking those hands to one side. Holding that stretch here, still reaching those fingers away from your body now. On your exhale, walk those hands back to center and then in toward your knees, boosting yourself up, either sitting on those heels or just on your lower leg. And then up nice and tall. Bring those hands together behind your back, pulling your hands down, squeezing those shoulder blades together and looking up. Taking a few deep breaths. One more inhale. And on your exhale, go ahead and release that stretch, bringing it back down, reaching it forward. Forearms off the mat, fingertips stretched out, hips toward your heels. And then once again with your next inhale, look toward your fingertips. Exhale, forehead back down toward the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, just a little lift with that head and chest. And then with your next inhale, walk those hands to the other side. Continue to stretch and reach those hands out away from the upper body. Hopefully feeling that stretch on the opposite side, lower back. On your next exhale, stretch those hands, walking back out in front of you, and then walk those hands all the way back in, once again coming to your heels or your lower legs, interlacing those fingers behind you, rolling those shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades together, lifting your head and chest toward the ceiling. A few breaths here. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands, and this time reach forward into the all fours position for cat-cow. So lining up your body. Hands always under shoulder, knees under hips. Inhaling into your cow. Exhale, drop the head and round. One more. As you inhale next, just come into neutral spine. Tuck those toes. Go ahead and lift all the way up into your downward dog. Alternate those heels for those cold legs. Not much activity happening here yet. Shaking your head out. And then when you're ready, hold both heels down toward the mat, pushing back into the heels of your hands, shoulder blades forward, soften the knees if you need to. And then with your next inhale, come into plank pose, lowering those hips, shoulders over the hands. On your exhale, drop to the knees, and then lower all the way down. And let's extend those hands just a little bit out to the side, coming to those fingertips, elbows bent. And from here, we'll lift up into a little half cobra. So you're pushing into the fingertips, rolling the upper body up on the inhale, On the exhale, lower down. You can relax the top of your toes to the mat too as we do this 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. With your next inhale, bring those hands in again underneath your shoulders. And with your next inhale, pushing back up into the all fours position, then tucking those toes to lift back up into downward dog. With your next inhale, come into plank pose. Exhale, lower those knees, and then roll the rest of your body back down. Hands come wide. Inhale, pushing up into little cobra. Exhale, down. One more time. Exhale, down as you slide those hands in. Inhale, pushing up into all fours, then downward dog. Same thing that we just did. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower the knees down, roll it down. Hands come wide. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale, down. One more, little cobra. Exhaling down, slide those hands in. Lifting back up into all fours and downward dog. As you inhale this time, coming into plank. Exhale, try to lower all the way down to your chest, bypassing the knees. Keep those hands underneath your shoulders and chest. Top of the toes come to the mat. And with your next inhale, full cobra, coming up as high as you can, extending the arms, looking up, exhaling down. We'll do this cobra one more time. Exhale down, and then as you exhale, tuck those toes, or inhale, lift all the way back up into downward dog. So you can come up from your bellies, otherwise come back to those knees and then lift back up. Stay here for 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, pick up your right leg, bend that knee, turn your knee to the side so your leg is perpendicular to your other leg. And then with your next inhale, step this leg all the way through, trying to come to the bottom of your foot, and then slowly lifting up as you come into warrior one. So we'll come onto the bottom of that back foot, toes angled out slightly. Grabbing for water is optional as you work your way up into your warrior one. So from here, when you're ready, you can go ahead and reach those arms up, sinking down into that front knee, feeling the hip flexor stretch. Good strength. And with your next exhale, just take these hands, drop them behind your back, and just like we did from our knees, just interlace your fingers, bring those shoulders back, shoulder blades together, and then go ahead and lift your head and chest. Otherwise, any modification with those arms. And with your next exhale, we're going to go ahead and bring our body forward. Try to lift those arms off of your back, still keeping that front knee bent. So we're right inside of that knee. Again, if you need to modify, just go ahead and drop those hands down or bring them to your, just above your knee on your leg. And with your next inhale, dropping those hands to your back and bringing your body back up. Release and shake out those hands, staying right here, body nice and tall. With your next inhale, bring your right arm under your left, coming into eagle arms. Making sure we stay sinking down in that front knee. I know mine always likes to extend if I take my focus off. So come back into that comfortable lunge position for yourselves. And then with your next inhale, we're just going to raise those arms up a little bit higher. Then exhale down. So with that raising, you can come into a little standing back bend too, arching the back, looking up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. So this time, as you inhale, extend the front knee. So you're coming up a little bit taller. Then as you exhale, we'll forward fold inside of that leg again as we bend the knee. So just as we were with our arms behind our back. So inhale, lift, extend the leg as you push into that front foot. Exhale, bend the knee, lower down, right inside that leg. A little dynamic balance challenge for you this morning. Exhale, bend and come forward. One more time for any modification within this. And come, hold it here this time. We're going to slowly unwind those arms, bring those hands right inside of your foot, and then drop that lower knee down. So from here, bring the top of your foot, back foot to the mat. Feel the low lunge stretch. And let's take a twist to the side of the leg that's forward. Lifting that right arm. Looking up toward that hand. Then as you exhale, bring this hand down to the outside of that foot. Inhale, other arm lifts, trying to follow that hand up. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring this hand down, tucking those back toes under. Lifting off of that back knee, stepping back into downward dog once again. Feel free to always pedal out those feet or just hold both feet down. And with your next inhale, lift your left leg. Feel free to bend that knee. Turn that knee to the side, open up the hip. Lower leg perpendicular to the leg on the mat. And with your next inhale, step that foot all the way forward, working your way into warrior one on this side. Lifting up. Optional water on the way up again if you need. There you go. And again, sinking down into that front knee. Trying to face everything forward. Looks great. With your next exhale, lower those arms behind your back, circling down, interlace those fingers, pulling down, rolling those shoulders back, lifting head and chest, sinking down into that front knee. Feeling that whole upper body open up. With your next exhale, bring the body forward right inside of that leg, lifting those arms up if you can off of your back. Keeping that front knee bent. Releasing the neck straight out from your spine. Inhale, dropping those hands to the back if they were lifted. Slowly pushing into that front foot to raise your body back up. Release those hands, shake them out. And when you're ready, left arm under the right, coming back into your eagle arms. And with your next inhale, lift those arms up. Feel free to look up, come into a little back bend. Exhale, arms down, staying tall with the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower just the arms. And one more. Just like this. Inhale just the same, but extend your leg this time, front leg. And as you exhale, option to bend forward all the way down inside of your knee as you bend that knee once again. Inhale, lift up. Extend the front leg nice and tall. Exhale, bend the leg as you come forward. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Great job. Exhale, forward. Hold here. Relaxing the neck again, shoulders pulled down. With your next exhale, staying bent forward, just unwind those arms, reaching hands down inside of that foot. Drop down under the back knee. Top of the toes come to the mat. Holding here for a couple breaths. With your next inhale, take this left arm twisting toward that left knee. Looking up at your hand, feeling those hips rotate slightly for a deeper hip flexor stretch. On your exhale, go ahead and bring this hand down, twist to the other side. Exhale, lower this hand down, tucking your back toes and stepping back once again into downward dog. With your next inhale, soften the knees. Walk the hands back to the feet where we'll stay in a forward fold. So right from here, you can just stay right here and hang or grab your opposite elbow. You're welcome to sway side to side toward the outside of each foot. If you're swaying, go ahead and just hold that forward fold. Once again, you can stay holding your elbows or release down. Coming back to that elongated exhalation. Relaxing and shaking out your neck. Next exhale, soften the knees, walk those hands back out to downward dog. And with your next inhale, lift that right leg up again, bend the knee. And this time we're going to pull it in for pigeon. So bringing your shins to the mat. And then you can walk your lower leg or your back leg back a little bit further. And then always adjusting where you want to place that lower leg. And then deciding to stay up or come down. And holding for that outer hip stretch. Inhale, lifting your head and chest, coming onto your hands, tucking your back toes, stepping back into downward dog. Next inhale, lift your left leg, bend your knee, and pull your leg all the way through to the outside of that leg, making adjustments with the lower leg once your leg is forward. Staying up or coming down on this side. relaxing your head. Your next inhale, lifting head and chest, coming back onto those hands if you were forward, tucking your back toes, and back into downward dog. Walk those hands as you soften those knees back to those feet. One more time, standing forward fold. Exhale, walk it out, bend those knees, coming down into all fours once again. And then bringing those knees to one side, hips to another, so you can work your way down into a sitting position. And with those feet in front and knees bent, extend those arms once you're ready, next to those knees. Holding your boat pose, working your feet up or legs extended. Raising those arms if your legs are extended. And then on your exhale, drop those feet, leaning or coming forward. Once again, you can relax your arms down to your legs or the mat. Take a deep breath in. And with your next exhale, bring the body back once again, extending those arms and bringing those legs where it will give you a good challenge. One more inhale, and when you exhale, we're going to actually roll all the way down to the floor. So you can lower those feet and your back, come to the floor, bring those knees in for a hug. Feel your back flatten to the mat. And as you exhale, bring the feet to the mat. Legs can stay bent or straight. And we're coming back into your boat pose of choice from your back. So we haven't done this in a while. So again, you can keep those legs bent or you can extend the legs. But on your exhale, I want you to work your way up and hold your boat pose. You can come into it with bent legs and then extend. And then with your next exhale, lower back down. Take an inhale on the floor. Exhale, boat. This time as you inhale, lower down right here. Exhale, boat. And if you want to modify and just stay in your boat pose and come back to a seated position, that's fine too. Inhale down. Exhale, boat. Inhale down. We have one more. Exhale, boat. Remember to always look higher than your feet to help lift your body up. Now as you exhale, come into a sitting position once again. And from here, we'll do a nice side stretch, fingers pointing away from your body. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, back to our first side. Swing those legs around. We're coming into a supported T-stand. So this is for a stretch, so I want you to leave your knee down. And then take this upper arm, bend it behind you, as you drop your head toward your hand. So feel that nice stretch from behind the ear to your shoulder. So gravity really helps when we're in this pose to get a good neck stretch. And with your next inhale, lift your head first, then come to the other knee as you transition to the other side. Lifting the arm up, relaxing your head, and then dropping the arm behind your back bent. And just let your head fall. Feel that stretch. And then with your next inhale, slowly lift your head first, and then come onto the other knee once again. And as you lift up onto your lower legs, go ahead and just circle your wrists. And the other way. And relax those arms by your side. Before we come into relaxation, I do want to give you a minute to just do another pose or stretch before you settle yourself down. So if there's something you haven't done in a while that you want to try, or position yourself against a wall, go ahead and make that happen for the next minute or so. Then you can settle yourselves down into the comfortable relaxation position.